There you go.
The title of this book is Coraline, and it's a horror fantasy, and it was written by an author called Neil Gaiman. And I have never read another book by this author, but after reading this book, Coraline, I definitely plan to. It wasn't very hard for me to read because the words were simple, but they were really good. Coraline's a girl, and she's around 11 or 12, and she moves into a new apartment with her parents. In this apartment, there's this door that leads to another world, and there are versions of people she knows, and people tell her not to go in there, but she goes anyway. But Coraline's other mother in the other world wants to keep her in the other world forever, and she takes her parents hostage and stuff. So Coraline must find a way to escape the other world and free the souls that are being held captive. I think Neil Gaiman wrote this book to show that sometimes things that are the most exciting and spectacular aren't always what is best for you. And I think a lot of us are really tempted to go through some things, but but it's not always what is good. And I also think he wrote this because it's to show her bravery and wisdom and courage. It can get you into trouble, but it can get you out of trouble too. And this is an important value. In the passage, I chose two passages that show her bravery and her courage and stuff, and her curiosity. The mist stung like blindness around the house. She walked slowly up the stairs to her family's flat and then stopped and turned around. In the mist, it was a ghost world. In danger, thought Coraline to herself. It sounded exciting. It didn't sound like a bad thing, not really. And that shows that Coraline is, and that her curiosity led her into trouble. And then the second passage was, there was something up on the back wall behind the ruined stage. It was grayish white, twice the size of Coraline herself, and it stuck to the back wall like a slug. Coraline took a deep breath. I'm not afraid, she told herself. I'm not. She did not believe herself, but she scrambled up onto the old stage, fingers sinking into the rotting wood as she pulled herself up. And the second passage shows that even though she was terrified, she was brave and she kept pushing herself to keep going. I love this book because of the way it was written, and I found it so mystical and captivating, and I love Coraline's courage and strength and power as well. I found it really inspiring, and it had a huge impact on the way I look at things right now. I think that kids 9 to 12 would love this book. If you like horror or fantasy, this is definitely a perfect book to read. If you liked Alice in Wonderland, you'll love this book.